we have another game, the L.Oi tournament, and this is the game that I was mentioning last time. We have 3 people with 4 wins, and this game was a game between 2 players with 3 wins, so also a very important one. And before we watched the game of Watanabe versus Tsukada, and this time we will see another game of Watanabe, but this time against Nakamura Marika. Let's start. The game was played on 19th of April. The game setting was 2 hours 60 seconds chess clock, and the Furigoma showed 3 tokens, which means Nakamura was Sente. Watanabe is L.Oi, and Nakamura is ladies professional L.3dan. And she was actually a challenger 3 times, but she never got a title in her career. Although I can tell you from my experience that she is very strong player. She knows her openings, and you will see in this game that she played very well in the opening. Both players actually played many times in the past, 8 times, and the result was 7 wins for Nakamura and 1 loss. Nakamura always played Furibisha, but Watanabe countered it with many different openings, from Ibisha to double Furibisha. Alright, oh, I see many arrows on the board. Somebody is very excited about the game. That's good. The game was played in Tokyo, and Nakamura-san was Sente. So, as we know, she's Furibisha player, and you see that Watanabe chose Ibisha. Here, Nakamura-san immediately asks whenever Watanabe wanna go for Anaguma, and L.Oi said that probably I will go for Anaguma because she didn't defend the edge. So Nakamura-san continues with her original plan to go for Furibisha, natural silver development, and here we see 4-5 rook. The king goes to castle, and here we see the usual strategy against Anaguma, which is instead of going for castling, like this. First you move the silver up and the gold up to make the Mino shape in order to attack quickly. It is called Fuji system. So here we see quick castling with the possibility of quick attack, but Gote wants to play Anaguma anyway, and so moves the king and moves the gold. After which she played a 5-3 silver, indicating Anaguma. So here we see Nakamura-san took the edge, and this move is very important for Furibisha because this move allows Ibisha to attack quickly on the third file immediately, especially with the silver here. Next, if the pawn is pushed, pawn taken, silver goes up, you can see the quick attack in work. Therefore, it's the timing for Furibisha to move the king to the castle. So if you play the Fuji system, it's important to start thinking about defense at that point. But Watanabe-san didn't want to attack quickly. She says, I wanna do Anaguma first. So the game continues, and Sente develops the 4-6, 3-6 pawn. And here you see the knight jump. This pawn was played early, but usually the timing is after the knight jump. Push this pawn in order to avoid this fork. Of course, you have to mind that anytime in the future the jump to 2-5 will be possible. And here Anaguma strengthens the front with the gold. And this is very important shape that Nakamura-san is very good at. And I think there is shape of silver here, maybe diamond Mino, but this shape is much more aggressive, opening the bishop and developing the 6-6 silver. As you will see, the attack will come from this side. It's a good strategy for people who like to play lightly with the Mino castle and yet attack strongly from the rook side. Of course, you will see that this line will be dangerous diagonal for the king always, but I can find pluses in this strategy. Alright, so what should Watanabe do against this attack? Should she defend, or should she think about counterattack? No, as we learned in the last stream, Watanaguma priority first is to make the strong castle. So still, she has some time. She pushes the lance. After the king goes down, king goes to the castle, and Sente makes high Mino castle. And here Anaguma is finished. And 5-6 pawn gives us the basic position of 4-5 rook with the shape of 6-6 silver against Anaguma. And I have checked some of the games, past games of Nakamura sensei. One of her opponent was Ueda-san, and she played the silver, bishop back in order to use it on this file, after which Nakamura-san would move her king to the safer position. But here Watanabe chose different approach, and she moved the silver back, making the Anaguma even tighter. And here immediate attack. There is no time for the king to go, and there is no immediate threat, so I guess this is why she chose to attack 5-5. And the silver goes back again. And here what I found very interesting is that both players actually played exactly same position last year on October 18th. And after 5-5 pawn, Sente played 5-4 pawn, after which the bishop went back, rook defended, pawn push pawn take knight, rook goes back, the bishop went to 8-6. In this shape, Gote is attacking, so Anaguma is tough, and at the same time it's attacking very well on the rook side. This game ended in Anaguma's win, so Nakamura didn't want to make the same shape, therefore to not allow that good bishop move back, she, instead of taking this pawn, she pushed 6-4 pawn. So I found it really cool, and maybe it's something obvious, like she learned from her mistakes from the past and she made this different move in order to fight her opponent. And here, after this pawn is taken, she took 5-4 pawn, blocking this bishop and therefore having a better position than before. Let me check if there's interesting comments. Alright, so what they predicted is that gold would take, silver would go to 5-5. Also, they said that maybe playing this beforehand is possible. And always this bishop for 4 is the point of Sente's attack. But this is not what happened. Watanabe-san threw away the pawn, and after pushing the pawn, she moved the god. If you're a bishop player, you should always think about the right timing to throw away this pawn. If you would, for example, take this pawn beforehand and the silver would come, the main fighting area would be the center, so you might not have time to push this pawn in the future. So you should push this pawn before the fight starts. Alright, and here in post-game discussion, one professional said that maybe this move was possible with this exchange, and in the future this pawn push would be the trump card for Gote to play, especially that after this pawn taken and the gold takes, a bishop drop would be possible. But Watanabe-san took it simply and rook 5-8, attacking the gold. So the main point is, if you simply defend this threat, silver would take the 5-5 pawn, even if gold escapes. Here you have this nice attacking line, right? So Gote needs to play one more move, a 5-6 pawn. After rook takes it, 5-5 pawn. And in this case, if silver would take it, the 6-5 gold would attack the rook directly. So this is the Tesuji, draw the big pieces closer and then defend. So she took it, and of course she didn't take the 5-5 pawn, she moved the rook back. Next, treating this silver move, but here Gote has one more move to play, and she played this nice knight jump. So what Sente would like to play next is this, but take, rook takes, jump. And here the problem would be, where does the bishop escape? Again, this trump card can be playable, right? Bishop goes up, you can play the same thing or just run with the rook, right? There are two possibilities. So This might be something that Sente has to be careful about. What you can notice now is that Sente has 3 pawns in hand. So it is perfect time to go for the edge attack. 1 for pawn, pawn takes, 1 free pawn, lance takes. Obviously if the knight takes, there is the attack on the head. If silver takes, then the fork is much more severe. So naturally lance takes. And the knight jumped, bishop escaped down, helping to defend this square. And in this timing, Nakamura-san took the 5-5 pawn. So here the position is a little different from before. For example, Gote could play the pawns that she got in order to draw the rook closer, but also she could just simply play the same thing as before, simply play the bishop, knight, bishop escapes, and then knight keep on attacking. If she would drop the pawn, the comment is saying, if she would simply drop the pawn, rook would take, and this is good move if Sente would be silly enough to take it, but if she escapes, this kind of exchange might happen, and again the 4-4 bishop becomes a good move. And you would wonder, what if Gote continue attacking? The 5-9 pawn would be a good tesuji to defend. Right, there's enough defensive pieces, and those pieces are working together nicely. Of course, it's still difficult. Sente is not losing immediately, right? Therefore, she simply played the knight. The bishop escaped up, and here she took the silver. And of course, you wanna take it with the rook, not with the bishop, right? Because the rook would be blocked. And here you see Sente again has 3 pawns. So after the rook move, Nakamura-san dropped the 1-5 pawn, drop the 1-4 pawn, and drop the 1-3 pawn. It's a nice tesuji for us to remember, because if you would simply take the lance, this would be a simple exchange of pieces, but by dropping those pawns, you have direct attack with only pawn and knight. You treat and checkmate next move on the king. It's a pretty nice tesuji. So here is the drama of Gote. She would like to take this pawn with the knight, right, to not lose material, but maybe after those exchanges, again, the 1-3 pawn is very hard to defend. Of course, remember that this kind of pawn drop is not possible because 1-5 pawn exists, so it would be Nifu. Now you see why drawing this pawn forward was a good move, right? It's very funny that with only 1 pawn drop, the Gote can attack the shape of Anaguma. Because of that, she cannot take the 1-3 pawn using the knight, and she took it with the silver. She loses the material, but after the knight takes, there is no way to continue dropping the pawn on 1-3 square, so it feels that Anaguma is safe, but actually, I'm sure many of you know, if this knight leaves the Anaguma becomes very vulnerable. So here we came into the endgame fight. Sente promoted the rook, and Gote also promoted the rook. And actually here, according to the post-game discussion, Gote should have played one more defensive move. It would be a good move for Gote to take the initiative. Also, Sente admitted that she should have therefore simply played the silver. Here Gote played rook promotion, knowing that she's little bad, believing that she has no defense. The Sente attacks continues. The gold will run away here. If the gold would run up, maybe this gold drop is good. If this takes, then we can take the bishop. If the gold takes, we can take, right? So in both of the variations, they get the bishop for free. So instead of going 3-3, she went 2-2. And after the gold drop, give her, right, one more option to defend the position. And the post-game discussion says that silver takes, rook takes this, silver run away is answered by 2-2 dragon, silver takes, bishop 4-4, a knight drop because it's Sumero, promotion another Sumero, defending the square, taking, or drop is the way for Sente to continue. Therefore this defense of 3-3 silver wouldn't work. And here, because Gota is already out of options, she decides to attack with the knight drop. So it seems that Sente is safe, it seems that, but what we have to be mindful of is that this knight on 1-3, at any point it can run away, immediately attacking the Sente's position, while giving the king the escape route. So it's the last critical point of the game to read, is this knight good enough at some point? Sente keeps on putting the pressure, making Tsumero, right? Let's say pass. This is obvious Tsumero, right? Tsumero that needs to be defended, and here knight drop to defend that. Post-game discussion showed that if Sente would be calm enough, maybe she should have played this move and simply taken it. But what she did play is take the gold on 2-2, and king took it. It turns out that Nakamura's plan was to play the 4-3 gold, but she noticed that in this variation the knight jump would be the perfect Tsumero Nogari Tsumero, so avoiding Tsumero by giving Tsumero, and therefore she noticed that this move would be a horrible mistake, and she played bishop promotion instead. And this is cool because next rook takes 4-2, silver takes, and then the bishop drop to 3-1 is actually Tsume. Very hard to notice, but even if the knight's not here, this would be Tsume, right? Like this. And therefore Gote took the gold and launched the Rust attack by dropping the gold to 2-9. So now Sente has to escape one move in order to make the threat come true. But here you see this nice good drop. King escapes, knight jump, king escapes. Seems that it's barely alive. And here Gote tries to gain one more move to survive. But after the bishop is taken, silver is taken, you can clearly see that this position is a Sue for Sente. And that starts with gold drop, king takes, dragon takes 4-2, bishop drop to 2, and nice Tetsuji with a 2-1 silver. King runs, takes the bishop, king retakes, and silver promotion 3-2. And in this position, Watanabe resigned. If the king runs, bishop drop, king runs, bishop drop again, this would be a checkmate. Also in this position, if this would be gold, after silver drop king takes, the silver promotion wouldn't be possible, but simply taking it and dropping the bishop allows faster checkmate. So here we have a beautiful Tsume at the end. At the post-game discussion, Watanabe-san commented that in the middle game she felt that her position had been a little bit worse, and that in the end game she had a lot of pieces in hand, but even though she wanted to find this sudden checkmate on Sente's king, Nakamura-san didn't make any mistake and Sente won. I think that the most interesting part of the game was this beautiful edge attack with continuous pawn drops. And this flawless endgame calculation was also very beautiful. So thanks to that win, Nakamura-san is now 4 wins in Hugh League tournament, and there are only few people with 4 wins. Next game will be very interesting. We can see Nakazawa-san playing Kai-san next. Many interesting games coming up. Oh, the Maina Vita match is coming up. Another Hugh League game. you can actually see another title match coming up. On Friday we will have two nice games, and Saturday another. So yes, so we'll have three interesting Q-League, 3 or 4 interesting Q-League games, and title match. So it will be hard for me to choose what should we watch, but I will try to choose the kifu that was the most interesting. Oh, and I forgot to say one thing. This week was Ningen Shogi Festival, meaning human shogi, which is played in Tendo in Yamagata Prefecture. And I've actually been in Tendo this year and took a lot of videos. If I have time, I hope to maybe make a short video introducing Ningen Shogi to English speakers on my YouTube channel. Please wait for it. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.